In 2022, Woodinville City Council attempted to raise their pay. They did so without actually doing a compensation comparison. Here we provide some details, and a full analysis is available on our website. Before you start a compensation review, you have to understand what your goals are. On a business level, for any business, you would be doing it because you had difficulty filling positions. That's not a problem for Woodinville City Council because it had competitive elections. Or are we losing people due to pay? People are moving on. Not a problem for Woodinville City Council. They don't leave for a better pay. Number 3 is, are you fitting into the market? So in a business world, this is you don't want to overpay for a position. In the City Council, that's very key, and we will be looking at that in full detail in a moment. But there is a fourth important consideration for goals. Do we want part-time representatives who would do the work for the people, or do we want career politicians only interested in gathering funds for the next election? That's the really key point. Woodinville elections are still accessible and affordable. Can usually be done with some grassroots fundraising for a couple $1,000s. You turn this into a career position, you will be running up against the political party system. So what metric is best to use for the City Council? The data that I'm going to show comes from govsalaries.com in the year 2020. It was the most recent data, and I was able to find 25 cities worth of City Council data. The variance is wide, from 1,200 to 148,000. That's Seattle. The kinds of services they provide are wide. Carnation runs its own sewer system. They also provide fire and police in some, and some contract with King County. And they have different numbers of employees. But employees are mostly about the city manager, not the council. Let's take a first look at the simplest. Per capita, number of citizens. Taking a look at just the North King County, because that's where Woodinville sits. If you look at this, Woodinville's kind of on a curve. And you notice that some of these are highlighted with a little diamond to show that they run their own police and fire. That's a more complex city. Why is Snoqualmie higher? It turns out their police actually takes care of North Bend. So they're really running an organization that's 20,000 people instead of the number they're showing. That's 54 cents per head for the Woodinville City Council, and we're a little bit high. Taking a look at this county, the full 25 cities, again, that curve shows up. And you can see basically as a city grows, it naturally grows into the 20 to 30 cents per citizen pay range for the council. There's nothing special about that, but it's important to know that Woodinville's well above that for our pay right now. Taking a look at capital budgets. I took out operational costs because that's covered by the employee count, which is the next slide. Woodinville's actually above that curve, meaning that every city council member is paid more per $1 million of budget spent than other cities in the area. So that tells you that, again, we're overpaid. Finally, I wanted to look at the city employees. Again, city employees are more the city manager's job, and they vary a lot based on what services a city provides. So these are cities with neither police or fire or rec department. Woodinville's right in line, maybe a touch high, and so you realize that we're, again, just where we need to be. A lot of here, I tried to go through it quickly. Please take a look at OneWoodinville.org, Council Pay. It's where we have a full analysis and the raw data if you want to run your own across all these metrics across all 25 cities.